Welcome, fellow lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
Why are they called cue cards? What word that starts with Q?
Question cards.
Is that what they are? They're question cards?
It's kind of how it started. You put the questions up so I could ask you and not have to fold it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then they just turned it into ad reads or whatever you want to call it.
Cool.
Whatever you want to use.
Whatever definition you want to use. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. Not mine, but yours. Cocktails with Dimples and the Beard. What? It's not mine. I like Bad Friends and shit. Like I don't.
Whose? It isn't.
Well, it's somebody's. It's just not mine. I do it. It's not my favorite podcast. Like I put a lot of work and effort into this thing. Once I've had the interview, I don't really need to watch it. You know, like I mean, I do, but I don't really have to. What are you doing? Are you checking your wardrobe online or on live?
Well, I just seen if that was a spot.
Oh yeah, what is it? Is it like a star?
It's a star.
It's like a pew pew.
It's a pew pew.
Yeah. So we got
look at that.
We got
badass shirt.
Not only a Star Wars nerd tonight, but a hell of a musician who combines the two of them and writes every song she's ever written. Just kidding.
That's how it was presented to me.
Just kidding. No, it wasn't. You weren't listening.
Her whole catalog is Star Wars. That's all she writes about is Star Wars. And she has 47 songs and they're all about Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I don't even like Star Wars. So, I mean, I'm not even, I don't, let me get this straight before people come to me and try to kill me. I don't dislike Star Wars. It's fine. I just don't get
fine.
You're
not a Star Wars
junkie.
Enthusiast.
No. I've seen the movies. I haven't seen the last three. Maybe I think I watched one of the last three. Or we tried to watch one of the last three and we're like, no, this is really boring.
She doesn't watch them either. So
anyway, Kayley Ryan will be our guest. So, and yeah, I did.
Amongst all the TV shows and the spinoffs and the Clone Wars and the I haven't kept up.
I did
stories.
I came across our guest when she had a little uptick, a little viral moment when her song Forfeit, which is written about edamame and pizza pies love story. Who are they?
You nailed it. Do you know when it was released or took a turn for the most?
Of course I know when it was released on May 4th.
There you go.
So, and she had a little viral, got a little
viral about a pretty cool song.
Yeah.
About the true love story of Padmé and Anakin.
I think you're saying that wrong. That doesn't sound right at all.
Pancake. What did you say? Pancake?
I think I ended with pizza party. I don't know.
Well, you did pizza party, but I don't know if it was pancake or.
Yeah.
I think it's the love story of pancake and syrup, and that's how it all started. The merger of
peanut butter and jelly.
Pancake. Now you went too far. I mean, where do you get peanut butter from that?
I don't know. I was just thinking of things that go together really well.
But when I do go to a Chinese restaurant, I always order the good Padmé.
Wait, Padmé is a Chinese?
It's a Chinese dish.
You better hope that's true, or otherwise you really just stepped in it. That better be true. Otherwise, I have to edit that out.
Pad Thai. I'm thinking Pad Thai.
I'll edit. Okay, we'll edit that out. Oh my God! Yeah, you can't make that. You can't do that.
What do you mean you can't do that?
That's one of the ones. You can't take words that kind of sound like other words and be like, oh, this is the word. They can't. That sounds.
I can't believe I just did it. I don't know how you can't do it.
All right. Well, I'll let you decide whether you want that in there. You let me know by Tuesday.
Okay.
Anyway.
There you go.
I do like a good pad thai.
I do too. With syrup on it. I don't know. I'm going to open the tavern.
Are you? Oh, the tavern's not even open yet? Are you a maple syrup or like a fruit syrup on your pancakes?
No syrup. I'm a no syrup on my pancake guy. Powdered sugar.
Oh God, you're so fucking gay. Powdered sugar.
Don't ask questions you don't like the answer for.
Oh my God. That is
butter with powdered sugar. That's how I eat my pancakes, my French toast, and my waffles.
I don't know why I even asked. Of course, that's the answer. We stopped on our way back this weekend at some restaurant place down in I don't remember. Big Bend, West Bend, a Bend, one of those Bends.
Some Bend.
And it was the
Hope
name of
Bend
the
over.
The name of the place was called Chubby's Cafe.
Oh, you said.
When Leah first said it, I'm like, "Are you sure that's a?" I think that name's taken, and it's not breakfast.
It's not. It's a snack.
It's a late night snack. So I go in there and I order some I order what
Chubby
they call
pancakes.
Chubby's French toast. And the description is French toast with Nutella and then bananas and strawberries. So I'm assuming it's going to come out. It's going to be a nice plate with some, French toast, a little bit of Nutella, and then some fruit on it. Oh, no. It is gobs. You can't find the French toast because it's in strawberry syrup, and it just looks like a fucking explosion happened.
How was it?
It was fine.
Jesus.
I mean,
it
was fine, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, anybody who's watched like Gordon Ramsay do the Hell's Kitchen where they bring a plate of food out to him and he just fucking explode, he would have exploded. This plate looked like hot garbage. Like, presentate, you eat with your eyes first. I don't know how this turned into a cooking show.
It doesn't, but boy, there must be people that love it because
it's still on the menu.
It's still going, and that's what people show up for. I want a chubby French toast.
Didn't give me a chubby.
I thought it would have been stuffed. That'd have been stuffed French toast. Pretty good.
You would think,
but that's all right.
No. So anyway, it was
because the other day Jordan had fruity pebbles waffles.
That would be good.
No, very good. Very good. They were baked in.
Where was this at?
Don's TV Repair.
Oh, okay. I love a good breakfast place. Well,
that is a good breakfast place.
For my kid's birthday this week, we went to Apple Valley, and they make really good breakfast.
They do.
So we had Chubby's the day before, and then Apple Valley. And Apple Valley, you're the winner.
They didn't overextend their syrup.
No, it's perfect. I had what I should have had because it would have been a safer choice. I had the eggs Benedict would have been a much safer choice. There's not, right? I mean, they could have botched the hollandaise. They
could have, but come on, you're at Chubby's. You got to get this
hollandaise. What is in a hollandaise at Chubby's? Like, So
I don't know.
Anyway,
guess you're gonna have to go back and check it out.
I'm trying to work in more local business references so we can start to
key them in.
Yeah.
Well, there are plenty of breakfast places. They seem to be the hot spot.
Did you see?
Now Don's only does breakfast on the weekends.
Oh well, fuck Don then.
And it's in Milwaukee.
Oh well, fuck Don then. I'm not going to Milwaukee for breakfast.
That's
I will.
Very good breakfast.
I will go to Marinette for lunch though. Mickey Lou, I'm on my way.
And they have their shakes. They have their shakes are
Donnie's does.
Yeah, and you can get them with or without alcohol in them.
Oh, without, of course.
And then
why would you ruin a shake with alcohol?
There's some that I had one that was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
pretty good. And then the glass that comes in is like caked with almost like a frosting Cool Whip that
it's not Cool Whip
in the freezer.
Yeah,
and then it sprinkles on it, and then
they form it into a rim and put it on your rim.
Yeah, they give you a rim job there. So
nothing better.
Give it a whirl.
Give it away now. Give it away now.
But yeah, you think me with my sweet tooth that I would love syrup?
Yeah, I would think so because syrup is. So you don't like it, or you just prefer them without?
I prefer without. I'm just not a syrup guy.
Syrup, fucking good.
Which is weird.
Don't give me fucking Aunt Jemima or Mrs. Buttersworth. That's not fucking
I agree
syrup.
with that. No, I agree with that.
But yeah, you give me good fucking real maple syrup. Oh God, I will fucking lick that off the tip of your.
Oh, I got a
pen
homemade in there.
Yeah,
we'll talk after.
We'll talk. We won't.
And the show's over because we got some syrup to.
I always get the fuck out of here right after. I'm not sticking around.
Slurping my syrup. Homemade syrup.
Do your thing, please.
Just go check us out. Facebook, Rumble, X.
Shithole.
Give us a like, a subscribe on YouTube. Leave that comment on YouTube and ring that notification bell. That way you be first anything we put out. So we better not keep a pretty lady waiting.
So without further ado, singer-songwriter and good old Star Wars nerd, Kayley Ryan.
Love it. Nerd.
We appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. Thank you very much, Kayley Ryan. I introduced you as singer-songwriter and bona fide Star Wars nerd. So yes. I assume you're okay with all of that.
Absolutely. Oh, as far as Star Wars trivia goes, just don't ask about Andor because I'm not caught up, so I don't want to hear spoilers.
Okay, yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. That means,
we're not.
That means absolutely nothing to me. I know nothing. I am not a Star Wars guy. He's obviously the Star Wars guy of the group, and that's actually how we came across you. Is when you had your viral moment with Forfeit. Yeah. I saw you and started following you, and I was like, I'm going to do this guy a favor, and I'm going to book this. And originally, I was like, I think she writes all her songs about Star Wars.
Well, one of them.
Wow, it's amazing.
I need to.
But it turns out just one of them so far.
Like not just one, but a good one.
A good one. Yes.
Thank you.
Which
so
you'll
much.
get into. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, so what came first, Star Wars or music?
Oh, music. Oh, you mean like in terms of being a fan of, or
yes,
Star Wars before? Well, I started playing the piano and watching Star Wars probably around the same time, like when I was 6 or 7 or whatever. But I started, I didn't start songwriting until college, and I was a Star Wars fan long before that. So,
okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And did you want to do the piano, or was it like mom, dad said, "Hey, you're gonna start taking this instrument like they did to me"?
Right? No, it's funny because my mom put both my brother and I in piano lessons, and he didn't really take to it. I loved it. I wasn't a big fan of practicing. I wanted to just perform. But of course, you couldn't perform the piece until you learned it. And that was always the frustrating part to me, was just learning it. But no, I really enjoyed it. And for a while there, I was just learning like not too many levels above Old MacDonald Had a Farm in terms of piano sheet music. And then when the sheet music got to the complicated part where there were no more colored pictures or whatever, I kind of stopped trying because I didn't recognize the songs anymore. And there were so many notes and it was all black and white and just confused me. So it didn't come until college when I started songwriting that I remembered, oh yeah, I can play the piano. And then I started putting chords down and humming melodies and then the words started coming then. But piano started as something that was just a skill that my mom wanted to teach me. And then, she doesn't really play the piano. We were doing Music Ace. I don't know if you've heard of Music Ace. It's like an old computer-led piano software program. And so I was using that. And then I took piano lessons with a lady at my church. And then after that, kind of fell out of it and would just play for fun every once in a while until college.
Okay. Was there something that happened in college that said, I want to start songwriting? It seems like that. Oh, okay.
I'm smiling, but it was kind of a sad thing. Just my mental health like really crashed mid-college. I think it was around 2017, 2018. And I actually took up around the same time music and boxing as these sort of outlets for my depression and anxiety and general.
Was there a boy you wanted to punch?
Crisis.
Is that where the boxing came from?
No, it wasn't actually. I think it was just just like an existential crisis, like early life crisis of identity and faith and career, what I wanted to do with my life. Everything seemed to be crashing down around me, and music and piano specifically was the one thing that I could hold on to, and it would ground me. There was one day specifically, I remember like stretching my arms across my keyboard and just like hugging it. I was like, save me.
Emotional support piano.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to hug a piano, but I did my best.
How quickly did you pick it back up with taking that big of a break?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of learning other people's songs, like cover songs, that took a while. But in terms of making up my own songs, it happened pretty quickly. And since then, I've been, I've had my own favorite keys. Like I love D minor and I love A minor and A major and G and E minor and all those things. There's certain keys that I gravitate toward. But the more I practice around in those keys, the more fun and improvisation I can have. And then I try to branch out and do different keys, and I tried to write songs that have more than just 4 chords, that like have 5 or 6 and some interest to them. And so it's definitely been growing year after year after year, but it took a while especially to learn not just how to write songs, because that for me is kind of the easy part, but having to perform them. Playing the piano at the same time as you're singing, and you're trying to keep your head level with the microphone so people can hear you, but you're also trying to kind of look at your piano out of the side of your eye.
Sure.
So it's tricky. Takes a while.
Well, I've seen you on podcasts, and I've seen you perform music live and stuff, and you seem natural, performing.
You.
Did you have like, were you like in plays and stuff in high school or anything? Any stage performance?
I did. I was in theater in high school. And before that, when my very first play I ever did, that was a full length, I was Lucy in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So I also a big Narnia fan. And then as I got older, I did more interesting plays. And like we did Little Women and Pride and Prejudice, and it was really fun in high school. And then I also did a little bit of voice lessons here and there, kind of scattered. Like I do 1 year in middle school, and then I did like 1 semester in college. Like joined a gospel choir for 1 semester in college, just trying to kind of keep it up a little bit. And then I think what helped me most with stage performance was my church, because I was part of my youth group's church band on Wednesday nights every week in high school.
Okay.
And so that really, really helped. I wasn't the lead singer. I was more backup harmony, but it showed me how to harmonize on cue. Like if you didn't know the song and the worship leader just decided to start something that you'd never heard before, then you could still kind of harmonize on cue.
Sure.
So that was great experience for me. And then since then it's been learning how to do it for my own songs. So
going along well. Now you had mentioned before about, you're expanding on your songs and the notes you use. Are there songs you wrote in college, like your first couple of songs, that now when you perform, you add on extra notes, or do you keep them as they were?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Well, it wasn't written in college. It was written afterward, but one of my most popular songs, it used to be the most popular, My Own Company. Now the Star Wars song is the most popular, which I'm very proud of. I'm like, yes, let's go. Star Wars beats out everything else. The My Own Company I released in 2021, and I wrote it in like 2020 or 2019, somewhere in there. So a little bit after college, but it was very early on songwriting still. And when I play that one live, I kind of add on the notes that in the studio, my producer added with other instruments. So he had like a synth bell going, do, 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 do. And now when I play My Own Company live, I add that in with the right hand and play chords with the left, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So
that sounds easy, doesn't it?
It's
just playing over here.
Yeah, it's actually, that one's really not hard to play, but because I've played it so many times and people pretty much always request it, I get to embellish it a little bit more now that I have it down. So it's nice.
That's fun. Yeah.
That, now you mentioned My Own Company. Out of listening to your songs recently, that's the one I identify with the most and I really enjoy.
Thank you.
Not saying to me, it hits home, but it's not always positive, but it still hits home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one of your first? You said what was your first song?
It was the first song I ever released. The first song I ever wrote, I've actually never released, and it's actually not that simple of a song. It's just for some reason I never released it. But My Own Company is the first song I ever released and got like professionally produced, and not just things I was posting on social media for fun. So
sure. So that song, like, you straddle a line. I mean, it's a lot of vulnerability in your songs. Where do you worry? How do you allow yourself to share as openly as you do? Because that's, a lot of my favorite singer-songwriters are the ones like a Justin Furstenfeld from your state of Texas, of Blue October, that writes a lot of personal,
Very personal,
you know,
yeah.
and when you can connect to it. So, you know, do you struggle with that, or are you okay being an open book?
Oh man, I'm so okay with it now. I've gotten really comfortable talking about like my mental health struggles and stuff, partly because I've healed from it now. Not that I don't
Yeah.
continue to struggle with urges or negative thoughts every now and again, but I'm past the point of where it was really, really bad. Back then I probably wouldn't have felt comfortable talking about it. But now I do. And you may notice like my second song I ever released, Intervene. I'm very subtle about the type of struggle or addiction or mental health issues that I was going through. With a song that I'm going to be releasing, it's not the next single, but it's the single after that. So it'll probably come out, gosh, I don't know, August or something. Things are taking a lot of time right now at the studio, but we're trying to make it right. But one of the upcoming songs is called I've Had My Fill. And it's actually about recovering from an eating disorder. And I've been very public about that on my social media and in my latest podcast recording. And so I feel comfortable talking about that stuff now because I'm in recovery and not I am struggling, you know? So it's definitely a different vibe. And that's a fun song because it's very victorious and it's actually got a Celtic sort of Braveheart type inspiration behind the music. So that one's going to be fun.
I can appreciate that. I love Celtic music.
Same.
So I wanted to say congratulations on your recovery from all that you've gone through.
Thank you.
And you seem so positive right now. So that's a tribute to you.
Oh, thanks.
What was the biggest thing that helped you be able to express yourself?
Oh, through the music, like, or I guess it would be
out in public, to give it to the public, like Dean was asking.
Yeah.
What
probably therapy.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, because like talking to someone about what you're going through, sometimes they can put it back to you in words where they make it seem like it's not as big of a deal, not in a bad way or like minimizing your pain, but they just they make it seem simpler. They put it in really simple terms. And a lot of things that I've heard in therapy have inspired me to write songs like, oh, this is gold and I'm going to write this down and make a song out of that or whatever. But that's really helped me express myself because I've heard it back to me, some of the things I'm saying that I'm being so negative about. And then someone is telling back to me what I just said and they're twisting it and they're saying something more positive. And I'm realizing, oh, okay, it's not so bad. Actually, maybe I could talk about this.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I've said it on my all the time. Therapy is something everybody should do, no matter what your mental health is like. It's not something you should be doing it proactively and not reactively. So
exactly, yeah, I love that.
And I'd imagine the reception of you being open about it. Have you had people come forward and give you stories and has inspired them to go to therapy or open up?
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, every once in a while, I'll get a comment on a TikTok video or a note from a friend after an event, or a text from a friend after a concert that will say like, "Oh, I went through that too," or something. I don't know that I don't know if I have inspired anyone to go to therapy. I hope I have. I
think so.
That would be a nice thing. But those are like my favorite comments. I love the comments that are saying, your voice is pretty or I love your words or whatever. But the comments that I love the most are when someone said, this touched me, this meant something to me. Those are the ones that give me chills. Like, yes, this is what it's all about. Let's go.
That was weird. We just got thunder in our headphones. I was like, what is that noise? But then I look outside and we're getting a storm all of a sudden. So.
Oh, I was like, was it me?
I thought maybe a dump truck was driving by or something. Like, what's happening? It's thunder here. So
that's Wisconsin for you. It changes every 4 hours.
So the music that you're putting out now, you're putting out a full length album, but you're kind of putting it out one song at a time, kind of month by month. What was the strategy behind that? I'm always interested because we've had Delee on, who's a country musician, and she's kind of doing the same thing with her newest album and putting it out kind of on a month-by-month basis.
Yeah, I've been following her music. I found out about her recently through Matthew Tuck, who's sort of in the industry as well. And yeah, she's amazing. And has really creative songs, sometimes inspired by like, you know, like the Frog Prince, like kissing a frog, and just it's so cool. At like her song about Wonder Woman and
Wonder Woman,
society expectations and all that. Really creative and relatable. Love her. But yes. So strategy behind the release really came from my producer. I originally just wanted to dump an entire album as like an entree, like here you go, because I wanted people to be able to hear it in context. And there are certain songs on the album that come earlier that have clues or that are kind of foreshadowing later songs, and later songs that have clues in them from the earlier songs. There's not a lot of those like that, but there's a couple places where I did that. And so because of that, I really wanted to put it out as an entire album. But he suggested it's going to be better for the algorithm if you're giving Spotify something new, any other platform, something new, like every month or every 6-8 weeks or whatever. I think it's been over a month since Forfeit. We're still working on this latest single. It's taken some time.
It was May 4th. We all know the date Forfeit came out.
Yes, exactly.
Don't pretend like you don't know the date.
I know the date. Yeah. there are a couple of songs, that one, Forfeit, and then my song Like You Loved Me dropped on Good Friday right before Easter. Both of those songs had like themed set dates, like it has to come out on this day.
Sure.
And then my very first single of the year, Thin Places, just so happened to come out on Valentine's Day, which was great, even though it's not a love song. I called it like a love song for yourself because it's about mental health and accepting yourself.
There you go.
So I put my own little PR spin on it.
That's perfect. We can't love somebody else until we love ourselves. We all know that. So
Peach.
We don't all know it, but
we
should know it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for him to. Yeah.
Took me a long time to know it.
Unfortunate. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So now it's. I know you wrote Forfeit, but you almost didn't release that.
Yeah.
What was? Am I right? So who was the final push to actually say, yeah, you should release it? And
TikTok.
Gosh. Okay. Oh.
Honestly,
the almighty TikTok.
So TikTok has done at least one good thing. That's good to know that TikTok has one good thing under their belt.
So TikTok kind of snuck up on me because I started out with, when I first got my account, you know, I just had some friends following me, and I think I had like 45 followers when I first started it just last fall. And then I posted a few videos here and there, got a few more followers. Wasn't that exciting. And then I posted this live performance of my Star Wars song. And at the time I still hadn't even finished the lyrics to it. It wasn't like the finalized version or whatever, but I posted that on TikTok. And then it was the first video of mine that semi blew up. If you're just starting out on TikTok, then 100 likes is really good. And like, I think it's at, I don't know, maybe 2,000 views or something. It's not as big as my 20,000 view sort of almost viral moment from before, but the radio play one. But so showing that live performance of just a clip of my Star Wars song, it was the bridge of the song when Padmé is, in my words, singing to Anakin on Mustafar. And she's like, you know, come back, we'll be a family. I'm with you, Annie, like that whole line. And so that moment, I posted that on TikTok, and it got so much great feedback of people saying, I need this on Spotify now.
Wow.
I was like, no, like sweetly, but, you know, excitedly, like aggressively. And I was at the studio with my producer.
Yes. Star Wars fans mean business. All right.
Yes. No, it's passionate, but I love it. So I was at the studio with my producer, and we were working on the album. And I was watching this TikTok video blow up literally as I was just walking into the studio. And it was day one of the album planning. It was, I think, September last year. And on day one.
Seems like a sign.
Yeah, for real. On day one, I came in, and we were basically that day we were going to lay down rough tracks, rough piano, guitar, rough vocals, just get down our ideas and then build from there. And I came in and I was like, Jeff, do you want to do the Star Wars song? And I had just gotten a promotion at work, so I could tack on one more song to the production. And
it was all meant to be.
We did it. It was. He's also a big Star Wars fan, so it's great.
Okay, that's I was going to ask that. Yeah,
I was going to ask what his reaction was. Like, really, a Star Wars song, or what was his reaction when you said, "I want to produce this"?
I mean,
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just gonna say, he doesn't have like as excited reactions as I do. I'm like super eager and boisterous about everything, but he was like, "Yeah, that'd be cool," like kind of slyly or whatever. But since he's seen it kind of blow up, he's been like, I'm so glad we did this. I mean, just last week in the studio, he was telling me,
he's
you
like,
weren't
I'm
even
so
originally
glad
going
I decided to
do that
this.
one. Like, whoa. So really cool.
Yeah.
And I think that was actually the first track that we laid down. That rough track was. So yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
So then you had to finish the lyrics.
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, no, yeah. I do this thing where I'm not a drummer. And so sometimes when I'm playing the piano, I'm not really thinking with a metronome. I should be playing with a metronome. I don't know why I don't. But sometimes when you're songwriting, the metronome can kind of get in the way. You're like, okay, stop with the beat. Let me just feel it. And
the metronome is that thing that goes back and forth that we see in the movies and stuff?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There's also like one on my keyboard. Y'all can't see my keyboard, but it's below me. I'm like pointing to it. There's one on my keyboard as well, but I also have an old school metronome from my grandmother on my dad's side, who was a violinist in the Austin Symphony Orchestra, which is wild.
Oh, no shit.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where awesome. The music came from, that side of the family.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, for real. But so metronome will keep the beat normally, but when I'm songwriting, I'm just kind of feeling it. I have that turned off. And because of that, sometimes I'll write something that's on one rhythm, and then verse 2, it'll be a completely different rhythm, and verse 3 will go back to the old rhythm because I'm not thinking with a drum beat or a metronome. So because of that, when I go into the studio, we have to find the beat, which is sometimes the hardest part for me. And then once we find it, if there are any words that don't fit on the beat, I have to go adjust them. And that's what happened with this one. There were some words that it was just taking too long to say things, and I needed to shorten lines up. So that's what I did. Those were like kind of the last like, touches to lyrics that were needed for that song.
So you're kind of almost writing a little mini story and poem then more than a song, it seems like.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, kind of thinking through how I wrote that. Yeah, I actually got out like a big, I wish I had it with me, just like a visual aid or whatever, but I had this whiteboard and it was completely covered with words. I think it was inspired by Eminem and how he said in an interview that he would fill up every little corner of a note page with words and like, this rhymes with this, which rhymes with this, which rhymes with this, which rhymes with this. And so I was doing that, but with Star Wars imagery. And I was like, this rhymes with this, which rhymes with this. And then somewhere in the midst of that madness, I looked like a detective with a red string. Like, and somewhere in the midst of that madness, I pulled out a few lines I really liked. And then that became the spark for the rest of the song to build from there.
What? Wait, what are their names again? Padmé and Anakin?
Yes.
You got it. Look at that.
What? Well, yeah, you got to find words that rhyme with Padmé and Anakin?
He was practicing the words before we came on.
I was. Absolutely.
What are their names again?
I had to be careful. Like, if I didn't tell you, you might not even know this is a Star Wars song. I had to be kind of careful.
That is true.
I don't want to do any copyright issues or anything like that. So I was trying not to say Coruscant or Tatooine or Mustafar or like obviously Star Wars imagery, specific lines.
It's inspired by.
Exactly. Well, I mean, like it is their story specifically about them, but yeah, I'm kind of careful when I describe.
Well, that's the beauty of it, I think, is because Star Wars fans catch it and they get it, but non-Star Wars fan could just love it as a song and a love story.
Yeah. Be like, wow, this girl really went through it. She got pregnant, and then her boyfriend got nightmares, and then he turned to the dark side. What is
this? Actually, it's a story as ended as long as time. I mean, it happens more often than not, right? Well, not more often than not, but it happens enough.
So obviously, something drove you to write the song. So you're a love of the movies, and 6 years old watching that movie, do you have a crush on Hayden
Yeah.
or Anakin?
Hayden.
Okay.
Still
Sounds
do.
like she still does.
Still do.
Yeah.
I had I wish I should have brought it with me, but I didn't think to, and it's at my apartment, which is like 3 hours away. I'm at my parents' house right now.
We'll wait.
Yeah, go ahead. We got time.
I can always
We got to
send
ride
you
the
guys.
storm out anyway.
I can always send you guys
Yeah.
a photo if you want to use that for promotion material for the podcast or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
right here.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. But it's a picture of me and Hayden. I met him at a Dallas Fan Expo, spent a lot of money making sure that I could meet him in person and get a picture with him. And because I was spending a lot of money, I decided to spend more money and get a dress so that I could be Padmé. But it was just a rental. Some of the people at these Star Wars conventions, they spend like thousands of dollars
Right.
on their costumes. And I'm like, that's what I spent on my albums, not on costumes. But
Good choice.
costume. I just rented it for $100. I was Queen Padmé Amidala with the white makeup and the like red dots and all the stuff. And I came
Okay.
up to him and I met him and I got to I had like rehearsed what I was going to say to him.
Sure.
And basically wanted to tell him like, I admire your work, mention a movie that wasn't Star Wars to show him I was a true fan, Life is a House. And
Which
and
was
then
which
tell him-
movie?
Life is a House. It's one of my all-time favorites
Yep.
of his.
Okay.
And then tell him, may the force be with you, and then exit without making a fool of myself. That was the plan. And
Wow.
And how did this go? How did the plan go?
I think I did all that, but I did it very fast and high-pitched. And someone behind me in line told me that apparently he said, I didn't hear a word he said, but apparently he said, oh my God, I love your costume. And I guess I just I don't know, I must have blacked out or something, but I just like took the picture and then
Right.
walked away.
Sounds like you meeting Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah.
So yeah, I could relate to Padmé for sure. Yeah.
Well, but what a great moment, right? I know some people make fun of you spend the money to meet someone you admire or just cherish. But would you change it?
Not at all. And he's
Perfect.
he's also like one of the most down to earth people that you'll of celebrities that you may ever meet. I mean, he's such a calm presence. He's kind of shy, but he's so generous with his time and with talking to you, and he's just a great guy. So Hayden, if
Yeah.
you're still
Well, that's-
single, I don't mind the age gap.
I love it.
We'll tag him in. We'll tag him.
I love the plea. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's make
Okay.
this happen.
I mean, that wrote itself. I was trying to go with did you like him or the bad boy Anakin, or what? Hell no. Much better story.
No, but it actually wasn't just that. There was a little bit of a personal inspiration as well. There
Okay.
was something that almost became a relationship in my life. And we had a moment where we were experiencing forbidden emotions for each other.
Okay.
This was a guy that, I can't really go into much detail, but I'll just say he was
You don't have to mention
unavailable.
names.
He was unavailable. And
Okay.
for a moment, we both faltered and thought of, we could keep it a secret. And and then we were like, don't do that, don't do that. But because that emotion and
Sure.
that forbidden love, automatic negative impulsive thought was in my brain, it made it easier to write the very first verse of the song, which is, talking about like, we can't follow this path, and I'm a senator, you're a Jedi. We would be living a lie, like we can't do this. If you follow your thoughts through to conclusion, it will take you to a place you cannot go. So, quoting from Padmé directly there.
Sure. Wow. So that really touched home.
Yeah.
You really, yeah. So that movie that definitely meant a lot for you. I love stories like that. That
Yeah.
that you would deal with them, personally so much. So
Couldn't relate to the rest of it. Never been pregnant, never had a guy turn to the dark side for me, but there's still time.
yes, you could. Now, if you you swap yourself out, could you follow him on his side, taking over the universe?
Oh man. Jeez. If I were able to see the future and know that Obi-Wan was gonna kill him, I mean, I think
Wait, what? Obi-Wan kills him? Oh man!
Spoilers. It's been over 20 years.
He's been baby stepping through this stuff and blown up right there.
I mean, Padmé, when she passed out in that moment, I don't really know what was running through her head. I don't know if she knew that Obi-Wan was going to kill him, or if he was going to defeat Obi-Wan, or that he was going to be burned alive and turned into a robot. Like, she didn't know any of this was going to happen. I think if I had been in Padmé's position and I could see the future, I would have gone with him, gotten him away from Obi-Wan, and tried to talk some sense into him. Which I guess she sort of tried to do, because she said, like, leave here now. Like, we can still, you know.
Right.
So I don't know. But when Obi-Wan came into the picture, she was saying, no, because she didn't want this confrontation. So I probably would have acted the same way. I mean, I think she really tried to get him to come away with her. Not so that she could become part of the Empire, but so that she could talk some sense into him and maybe pull him back a little bit to reality. But that wasn't going to happen with Obi-Wan on the. That was that was unfortunate. I wish that he hadn't been stowed away on that ship, and oh man, things could have been so different.
Yeah, it had gone your way. It might not have been his greatest story, you know, moving forward.
No,
but...
it's a great story. The story is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it breaks our hearts for a reason. It pulls at the heartstrings, and if it wasn't the story that it is, then I wouldn't have this hit song out. So
there you go.
Perfect. That's right. So I saw the original Star Wars in the theater. That's how old I am. So I'm the original trilogy guy first. Awesome. Obviously. So when those came out, and I was telling him when the prequels came out, that the first, I'm just like, Phantom Menace, I'm like, there was so much crammed into that.
Yeah.
First, those 2 hours, it was overwhelming at first, even for me. So a 6-year-old, I don't even know how you kept up. You just said you didn't. You just looked into Hayden's eyes. That's all.
I don't think she kept up and wrote the song at 6. And she's probably watched it 1,000 times.
I wasn't really allowed to watch Revenge of the Sith until I was a little older anyway. So I think I was probably like a preteen when I saw that one. And so I might be fudging with the timeline. Like, I was a 90s kid, but I didn't see the movies like right away. I mean, I think it was a little bit longer than that before I actually saw them. And by the time I did see all of them anyways, then I was starting to develop that crush on Hayden. That revived itself after I saw him come back for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And it was that revival and resurgence of appreciation for Hayden and Ewan and all their work on the prequels that was the spark that turned into this song. Because if they hadn't come back, I don't even think it would have been in my mind to write this. But because they came back and the nostalgia and everything, I was like, oh, I know what I want to do.
Well, that's a nice added part of it. Yeah, that's true that he came back. Okay. Now, so go ahead.
Well, I'm curious. Do you have other Star Wars songs floating around in your songbook? Have you written lyrics for other Star Wars theme songs, or are you going to stop at this one? Or
I feel like I can't stop at this one because there's too much fervor for more. But I don't have any lyrics floating around right now for anything new. I think if I do another one, it would probably be Han and Leia. If it's like another love song. I think it would have to be, because that's like the other big love story. So I would need to watch the original several more times and maybe read some novels and stuff before I could really sink my teeth into that one, because I don't just want to hear like the few lines that are said on screen, but I need to really understand the character's point of view to be able to write their story. And that's what I did with this song. I read, I listened to the audiobooks, but it counts. I listened to like 2 or 3 novelizations. And I mean, I watched lots of interviews with Natalie and Hayden, and just kind of watched the movies over and over again. And even like found myself writing dialogue on my own. Like I was trying to rewrite the dialogue where he says, "I don't like sand," into something that people wouldn't memeify. I was just curious if I could do it. And I came up with something that I think was decent. But
I haven't heard it yet,
dialogue
but
script.
yours is much better. I haven't even heard it, and yours is 100 times better than
I
that.
don't know. Well, I mean, I also have the pleasure of having already seen the entire story, and now I can write something with that as a backdrop. It's much easier than coming up with it from scratch. But yes, so I was thinking to try to write something like that. Showed it to my brother, who's for a while was a bigger Star Wars fan than me. I think I might have surpassed him with this song though. But I showed him the scene that I rewrote, and he said, "But there's not enough about sand in it, Kayley. That meme is important." So, I get it. Like some of the moments that people poke fun at, it's like there's beauty in the flaws, like there's joy in the entire crazy world of Star Wars, and we can all appreciate that. So
yeah.
Well, good luck to writing the next song, because I would like to hear that, because that's what I was thinking. Han and Leia, that would be a good one.
If y'all have ideas of novels that I could read or listen to kind of get me in the headspace of Leia and Han, I love that. I feel like there's a lot about there's a lot about Han. Like there's that Solo film, which I still need to see, especially if I'm going to write the song. But I don't know if we have that much from Leia's perspective. Maybe we do out there, but if y'all come across anything, or people listening to your podcast, let me know.
That's a good point.
I would love to read it.
I always thought it was Luke and Leia.
Another spoiler, they're brother sister.
Oh, I was watching the wrong movie.
Yeah, just don't watch it when your kids are out.
Yeah,
the look on Han's face when Luke reveals the truth. It's like, oh, she's actually my sister. He goes from being like a jealous guy to being like, oh, thank goodness, to, oh, you kissed her. It's so great.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, those are so out of those trilogy of mine, I've seen Empire Strikes Back the most for sure.
So
Which out of the prequels have you seen the most?
Ooh, it's between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Even though Attack of the Clones has some memeable moments, it's one of my favorites because it's before he's. I mean, part of Revenge of the Sith is also before he's fully committed to the dark side, but we get to see a little bit more of innocent Anakin and kind of Anakin turning when he slaughters the Tusken Raiders, and the whole second half of Attack of the Clones I put on par with Revenge of the Sith, because I think the second half is just phenomenal. Like from Tatooine forward, that whole bit in terms of the love story between Padme and Anakin, it just, oh man, it really gets me. I feel like there's not as much of that love story in Revenge of the Sith. It's more of the love story falling apart. But Attack of the Clones, from halfway forward, it's so powerful. Because before that, they're just kind of dating, and they're being like, they're not actually dating, but like we would call it dating, what they're doing
flirting.
or whatever. Yeah, they're flirting and everything, and they're being kind of silly. But beyond
he's trying
that
to put his
point,
moves on her.
It gets real. When she sees his pain, when she sees what he did, and when she sees him bury his mother, and from there on, and in the moment when she's in my song, I say, but I'll be ready like a soldier. If you'll let me, I will lead you back to honor and purpose. So it's right after he slaughtered the Tusken Raiders, and he's depressed AF, and because he just lost his mother and he couldn't save her. He's questioning like his whole life at this point as a Jedi, as a person, and his purpose. And Obi-Wan needs their help. He calls on the hologram, and Padme's like, "You have to go help your friend." And Anakin's like, I'm just going to stay here and wallow, essentially, right? And she's the one who tells him, "No, we're going right now, and I'm taking you with me." So she kind of leads him back to honor and purpose, which is the line in my song. And then they go to Geonosis, and they have that beautiful moment with John Williams music and the kiss and the chariot. Like, it is straight up "till death do us part," which is the other favorite line in my song. I can't fix the pain behind your eyes, but I can stand with you and love you till we die. And I just like, so I love it.
All right, we've heard you say the lines enough. You got a keyboard in front of you. Can you perform a little bit or the whole the song?
She was just gonna tell you the whole movies. You don't have to watch them now.
Well, she's got me convinced that I need to watch them at this point.
Right.
I'm tearing up, and I've never seen them.
You haven't? Wait, I really did spoil it for you. You haven't seen them?
No, you didn't spoil it for me. I've seen the original 3.
Oh, okay. Then you already know what happens to Anakin, obviously. Okay.
Yeah, and I've seen Phantom Menace, but Phantom Menace kind of made me think I'm not going to watch anymore because that one was not good in my opinion. So then I never watched anymore.
Oh,
so
that's too bad.
You go right ahead and say as many spoilers as you want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Keep watching. It just gets better and better from there. Believe me.
Well, he said that for a lot of years, but normally it takes somebody who I actually respect to say it for me to. So I will now watch them
so that you can understand the meaning behind the song. It's important.
Exactly.
Yeah. and part of the reason that it's fun for me and for several other people to hear the song is you get to kind of relive the movies, but in 4 minutes instead of however many hours.
That's
It's
true.
kind of special
nice.
too. You're not reliving everything about the movies, but specifically Anakin and Padme's relationship. So, yeah.
Excellent. All right, we'll be
Do we
quiet.
want to
we're
test
gonna
this
shut up
to see if it'll come across well, or
Sure.
how is that piano sounding on your end? Is it loud enough?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But we definitely want to hear you sing. So.
La 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 la. Does that sound okay? Awesome. Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yay! Awesome. All right. Well, this is Forfeit. Here we go. Now that I've hyped it up, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. Invasive, how close you get, abrasive. Your mind is set to crash my principles like waves against the shores. Your blurring lines, charms and tricks, a boyish smile, stolen kiss. I'm duty bound but falling, staring at your lips. Forfeit everything we fought for. Is it really worth it? Selfless, that's the life we chose. It's reckless to abandon all for love. I see your grin fade to a grimace as the desert takes your innocence. I watch the man I loved, helpless, burying his mother in the sand. But I'll be ready like a soldier if you'll let me. I will lead you back to honor and purpose. I can't fix the pain behind your eyes, but I can stand with you and love you till you die. Forfeit everything we fought for. Think it might be worth it. Selfless, that's the life we chose. I'm ready to abandon all for love. You press your hand against my stomach. You cut my face and promise I'll be safe. But in the night, I feel the sweat-stained sheets empty beside me. You're tortured and afraid. Can we go back to how we laughed, taking tumbles in the grass, when you tripped over your words, 'cause they were real and unrehearsed. Now we've traded vows for secrets, power seeking politics, and I'm grieving for the boy whose token still hangs round my neck. With all my attention scattered, you had a plan to master. What's it like to throw aside the ones you trusted for a phantom? Leave here, be a family, no fear. I'm with you, Annie. If there's still a chance, let's take it. Please don't waste your life to save me. Forfeit everything we fought for. Was it really worth it? Selfless, that's the life we chose. How could you abandon all for me, all for a dream? And that's it. Thank
It's beautiful.
you.
You sing with so much emotion. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, thanks. I really got into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it came
Yeah, you
across
can
okay
feel
on
it.
the audio. I don't know. We'll see later.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. It comes across, like I said, you can feel it when you're singing. You definitely put your heart into that song.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely.
And I really appreciate you singing that for us.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
of
awesome.
course. Thank y'all for giving me this platform.
So should we play a little Star Wars trivia?
Yes.
Or you got some more?
Sorry. Go
Real
ahead.
quick, I was just thinking, so how much you love that song, and as he pointed out, how you throw yourself into it, was the original version like 20 minutes long and you had to cut it down? Because it seems like you could have sang forever.
like the Taylor Swift All Too Well, like from 10 minutes to 5 minutes or whatever. I had lots of lines that I was trying to fit into verse 3. There's like 3 verses into verse 3 of the song that I thought were solid gold lines, but I didn't know how to get there writing wise.
Okay.
I don't know. They're just, sometimes you have to like cut things that you think are so
Right.
special because there's no way to lead into them and lead out of them and still tell
Sure.
the holistic story. But one of the lines that I gave up that I kind of wish could still be in the song in some way is, are we the last ones on your kill list?
Okay.
Which is pretty dark.
Director's cut.
Pretty dark. Director's cut, yeah. But it's,
Yeah. Well, like, big fan of, we're big fans of Dave Matthews, and he has some songs where he's got the studio version, and then live he'll bust out an extra verse here and there.
Ooh.
So
Maybe I should
something
write
you
an
could
extra
always-
verse for it. Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
lots of words that I could draw from for extra
The hidden
stanzas
fourth
here
verse.
and there.
right.
No, actually, the original verse 1 was. I could play it for you. Do you want to hear the original version? It's a little bit longer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not like more lines. It's just the lines are lengthened. I had to cut them shorter for time and rhythm in the song because, like we mentioned before, I don't play with metronome sometimes, so most of the time. But yeah, so originally it was invasive with how close you get, abrasive when your mind is set to crash. Whoops, I did that wrong. Invasive with how close you get, abrasive when your mind is set, crashing all my principles like waves against the shores of home. You blur the lines with charms and tricks, a boyish smile, stolen kiss, boyish smile, forbidden kiss. I'm duty bound but falling quick, still staring at your lips. I could barely remember it, but that was the OG version. And then I trimmed
Well,
it down
thanks for
just a little
sharing
bit.
that.
Right?
Yeah. Got
it's
to hear the
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The
I love
uncut.
I love it.
Yeah.
Director's cut is always a good thing. All right. Where are they? I got some questions for you. I'm going to put you to the test.
Here we go.
Wowzer.
Now, when I got these trivia questions, I had to I used ChatGPT to do
So
a lot of
nervous.
things for me, and I had to first it just gave me the questions, and I said, I'm gonna need the answers. I don't know the answers.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I'm
Like,
like,
I
oh, this is
don't
gonna
know
be
any-
really hard. Like, I don't know the name of every type of ship or droid or planet out there, but I know
I'm
something.
with you there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I asked him a bunch of them before, and not to freak you out, but he didn't get any. So,
I got one.
you got one. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
ask that one right now
gosh.
because even I got this one.
Okay.
Even I got this one.
Okay.
I
Okay.
better get it.
So, what color is Darth Maul's double-bladed lightsaber?
Oh, red.
Okay, yeah, we're good. That's the one I got. That's the one you got. So we all got that one. I'm out now.
Trifecta. How about what were Padme's last words?
Ooh,
Oh. This I definitely know. Just hold on. Let me get into character. Just remember. Okay, so she's sitting there. Okay. Obi-Wan, there's still good in him. I know there's still something like that.
Very close, and definitely give you the points.
Okay. I might have like missed
Yep.
up 2 words. What is
Right.
it?
But very close.
no, I think she nailed it. I don't care what your answer is.
Right.
That was perfect.
Nope. 100%. 100%.
Awesome. That was actually like on a
Right, I got-
Sporkle quiz I took not too long ago, so I was primed for that.
All right, this one I feel like you should know because you wrote a song about it. So, what's the name of the planet where Anakin and Padme first kiss?
Naboo.
All right, she knows.
Are these
how
gonna get
old were
harder?
Anakin and
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
She got cocky. No,
No, I'm
go to the hard
no,
one.
please. I'm just joking. Those aren't like the easiest. Actually, Padme's last words are hard to remember. So
Well, that's hard, yeah, to remember exact
It is, but
lines.
Yeah.
figured she was, meshed with her so well.
There's only one exact line
How
I
about
remember. Yippee-ki-yay.
when Obi-Wan performed the blood test on Anakin, how high was his midichlorian count?
oh, good lord.
You wanted harder.
Oh
What does it
no.
mean?
Oh man. It's been so many months since I've seen The Phantom Menace.
So many months.
I know.
So many months.
Oh
So
my
cute.
gosh. Isn't it like oh man, is it like a crazy number like in the hundreds or is it in the thousands or something?
Oh, it's
I'm gonna say 6,000. I have no idea. I cannot remember.
oh,
I'm not good with
all
numbers.
right. It's 20,000.
Oh.
Okay, it was in the thousands, but I am like
you were right. Exactly.
I'm like a third of
She
that
had-
one, so that didn't really pass that one.
That's all right.
I
That's
tried.
all right.
All right.
That
Now we're
was
gonna go to
really
the
tough.
OG.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're going to go to the OGs, the original.
Okay.
What was the name of the smuggler Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon from?
Oh, good lord. Han shot first. Oh, what is that guy's name? Oh, jeez. I can't remember. I could describe him. He's green and he has like a weird snout looking thing and ears that like hang. He looks like an alien, but I mean, I guess everybody in Star
right.
Wars are aliens because
Is
everybody.
that? I don't even know. His name is Lando Calrissian.
Oh wait, you're
Is
not
that
talking about the. Oh, you're talking. Oh wow, I misunderstood. I should have asked more questions about the question. I misunderstood. I know what Lando is. Okay, I thought you were talking about that guy who was at the table in the restaurant. Not the restaurant. In Tatooine when. Okay, yeah, I totally failed that one. Can we
That's
go
all
back
right.
in time
That's
and
all
just
right.
like embarrassing?
Look, here's the thing. I was buying all of it. I thought Lando Calrissian had a green nose. I don't have any idea.
Well, so who's
Lando
the supreme
Calrissian,
leader of
okay.
the First Order?
The Supreme Leader of the First Order. Are we talking about Palpatine? Or are we talking about something else? I'm going to go with Palpatine. Sidious.
Something else.
Something else? Okay. Supreme Leader of the First Order. This is in the original trilogy.
No, these are the prequels.
Oh, this is the prequels. Oh, I thought we were still on OG.
We're jumping. I
Okay.
could have kept to the.
Okay. Prequels. Supreme Leader of the First Order. First Order.
Remember when she was like, "Give me harder ones."
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, I'm not sure if at this point this is a good or a bad guy, and that's what's tripping me up. I don't know. I'm gonna know it when you say it.
Snoke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
His name is Snoke.
Yeah, deal with it.
Snoke.
But wait,
Like-
that knowledge doesn't get revealed until the sequels, right? Or does it?
Oh my god, you guys are.
You could be schooling me.
Because I was going to
I
say,
thought I
like,
had it.
if you hadn't seen the sequels, would you know that? I don't know.
Maybe we had a
Oh, you know what? It's
sequels.
probably in a novel somewhere. It's probably a novel I haven't read.
Oh,
That's on me.
that's all right. I haven't read it either.
Mine are all based off the movies because ChatGPT knows what they're doing. They're not taking over the world for no reason. All right, let's
Okay.
see here.
Let's hope I
Because
get
this
another
one I
one
found
eventually.
odd. This is from Return of the Jedi,
Okay.
and I asked him, and I was like, I don't even get this. What species is Jabba the Hutt?
They're the Hutties, I think.
Okay, yeah, the answer just says a hut.
H-U-T-T-E-S-E. Or the Hut.
I think she's.
Oh, okay.
But I think
That's
I get what you're saying.
so. It's kind of like
Because
a.
it's not
like a
just his
trick
name. Like,
question.
there's a lot of them. There's like, I mean, there's Jabba the Hutt. There's
Right.
somebody else, the Hutt. Blah, 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 the Hutt.
Oh,
So it's not just his last name. It's like his, I guess that's how they name their species or whatever. But someone's going to school me in the comments, be like, that's wrong. But no, the Hutt is right. That's the species.
we encourage all comments. We will take.
Yes.
If somebody tries to give you shit, I will fight in your honor. But we love comments, so
No,
bring them
please,
on.
guys, please tell me when I'm wrong. I need to learn more. But I am I am nervous right now, so I might say some wrong things.
So then I have a follow up to this.
Okay.
What were Padmé's and Anakin's ages when they first met?
Oh, and first met. You mean like in the Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Okay. They are, let's see, I think they're 5 years apart. He's 9 and she's 14.
You are correct.
Oh, look at him! Ah.
Was that a little weird back then? 9 and 14, or is that okay?
Everything's fine in the
Well,
stars.
He had like an innocent crush and she was not returning it. So it was okay until they were older and then it was definitely okay because they were older. But
All right.
Are you going to let her off the hot seat now? Are you done with trivia questions? You going to let her off?
I mean, these are fun. Like,
fine. Yeah.
it's whatever.
So, how old was Yoda when he died?
Oh God,
oh,
Yoda dies.
Another spoiler,
God
buddy.
damn it!
I want to say 500 something. I'm just gonna put out a random number, 533. I don't know, or maybe it's in the 600s.
You got to go higher in all your answers.
5,000.
He's 900 years old.
Holy
900. Okay. I knew it was
Exactly
more than
900. Like, did he
500.
die on his 900th birthday?
Exactly.
Wow,
They were probably trying to
midnight
pick a
on the
nice
900th.
round number. Okay,
that's
gotcha.
amazing.
So, a quick funny story is I went to trivia night, Star Wars trivia night, with a bunch of people from work, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to rule this, but I'm going to at least contribute.
Yeah.
We got there, and I couldn't answer any of them. We had one guy that we all sat back and drank beer, and he answered them all. And we won because one guy it was, accurate and quickness. And he just sat there and boom. And the one question I remember is, out of all, at the time, 6 movies, right, that they had, the 3 and 3, which one of them is the longest, time-wise, running-wise, in minutes? And he got
man.
right. And
What
I'm
was
like,
it?
I
To
think
be
it was
fair-
Revenge of the Sith, I think, but
To
I
be
don't
fair,
remember the
you got
number.
You got a 1 in 6 chance. Those are pretty good odds to guess.
Yeah.
Unless you had to know the exact time that it
Yeah,
ran.
you had to tell the exact how many minutes. The movie.
Oh, okay.
Not even 2 hours and 12 minutes. You had to have the number of minutes for the whole thing.
Woo.
Only when I saw the re-released Revenge of the Sith in theaters, which is, I'm gonna make myself look like a baby, but it was the first time I was seeing it in theaters. Again, because I was like, I was alive when it came out, but I was too young to see
Right.
it. So,
Sure.
which is fair. I think my parents were trying to protect me from all the youngling slaughtering and the death and the darkness.
But what did you have a bigger apprionappreciation for it then when you saw it on the big screen?
With all the, oh my gosh, it was incredible. It was so powerful. I mean, what was wild too is, so I saw it, the re-release happened right before my Star Wars song came out. And so it was great because there was all of this new Star Wars appreciation because of the re-release movie. And I didn't even know that the re-release movie was coming out. And they had done the re-release of Phantom Menace a little while ago, but they just did Revenge of the Sith. And so when that came out, like end of April or whatever, I went to go see it, and I definitely cried at places that I didn't cry at some of the times that I watched it before.
Okay.
Partly because sometimes when I was watching it before, I was studying it for the song. And then sometimes, and then other times because
I don't have time to cry.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm taking notes. And then other times, like, you know, just watching it and enjoying the whole movie, and just certain moments didn't make me cry, but others did. But this time I cried just about every time that you're supposed to cry, and other times when you're maybe not supposed to cry. I mean, I don't know. It was so special because when you write a song from Padmé's perspective, and then you sit in the theater and you watch her life play out and fall apart before your eyes, when you get to the part where she's saying, Anakin, you're breaking my heart, you're going down a path I can't follow, it broke me. I was bawling. I was like, no, Anakin, don't do it. And so it was just that much more special. So I'm so glad that came out right before everything. And I had to be all hush hush on TikTok because I was trying to subtly every once in a while bring up Star Wars without mentioning I had a song coming because I wanted to surprise people. So I didn't do a lot of promotion for the song leading up to it. The day before, I posted a TikTok video that had me in like a black hood, and I was saying my Star Wars song comes out tomorrow, and then this like lightsaber transition effect goes across my face, and it shows the album artwork, and the music is John Williams. So that was my little teaser 10-15 second clip that I posted the day before I released the song. And then the day I released the song, I of course did a lot more promotion from there and beyond. This is probably the longest running music video, mini music videos and shorts promotions that I've done for any song ever, because there's just been so much hunger for it. So
yeah,
it's great.
Right? Do you come up with all the concepts and ideas for the promotion yourself, or you work with somebody, or
it's all me? I would love help, but if I don't have any, no, every once in a while, a friend will like hold the camera for me or whatever. Every once in a while, I might be able to get someone to help me. But I think for Forfeit, I've done everything myself. But I'll just have like no wait. There was one time I did get a friend to help me. It was I needed to find sand for the verse 2, which is like most all of verse 2 is really in Tatooine, and then Geonosis, but 2 sandy places. And so I had to find sand, but there's not a lot of sand. There's not like a lot of beaches in Fort Worth.
So you're a little ways away from water,
yeah. And so I had to drive a little ways to get to a beach. And there wasn't a lot of sand there either. So I had to get a friend to kind of take the camera and like tilt it down to make it look like I was surrounded by sand. And that's where I filmed that video. So I did get a little bit of help here and there. But yeah, there's lots of parts of the song that I'd love to still act out that I haven't yet. One of the coolest things that happened, and if people follow me on Instagram, which I know you guys do, then they'll notice this, is I connected with another Star Wars creator. I gave her all the lyrics. I told her, you've got the rights to make this a music video. See what you can do with it. And so she took kind of like, she took the song from YouTube, and she took film clips of Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. And then she just took a part of my song, basically verse 3 to through to the bridge, and did a music video with it, with Anakin and Padme and the lyrics going across. And like, she asked me, what are the lyrics? Because I want to get them right. So I sent her the Google Doc, and it was great.
Okay.
Like what she came up with, it still tears me up. So it's really powerful, and
Nice.
definitely check it out. It's if you follow me at Kayley Ryan Melodies on Instagram, it's one of my top pinned posts. It just looks like Anakin and Padme, and then you can click play and enjoy it. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Definitely want to check it out.
absolutely.
Yeah. I wanted to comment just a little bit on I saw you on the Fort Worth Roots podcast,
Right.
and I actually messaged, I can't remember his name, the gentleman that runs the thing, on what a cool idea that is that he's got going on down there. And is it always like local singer-songwriters that come on, and then the business end of it?
Yeah, so he always highlights someone local. Sometimes it's an author, a business,
Okay.
a musician. I'd say that so how his show works is every Tuesday night from 5 to 7 p.m. at McFly's Pub. Yes, it is named from Back to the Future in Fort Worth.
Nice.
He does an interview with someone from the community who's doing something creative, or has a local business they want to talk about or whatever. And if they happen to be a musician, then they also perform at the end of that interview. So that's been really special. I've been enjoying watching his journey with that. And he has done so much to support local Fort Worth music and business. So I'm really grateful to him. I will continue to be on the show promoting my next singles when they get released. So it'll be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
It's
a
a
really
great idea. Yeah.
It seems like a really tight knit community from watching the episodes that you were on, and when people came up to the mic and stuff. It feels like everybody kind of knows each other and supports each other, and it feels like a really neighborly kind of. It's a cool vibe.
It's awesome. I love it. A lot of people say like Austin is the hub of music, and it is. But I kind of felt like not only do I just live in Fort Worth, and a lot of my friends are in Fort Worth, but I did feel like if I moved to Austin for music, I would be a little fish in a big ocean. And maybe here in Fort Worth, I'm a little fish in a lake. Like maybe I've got a shot, you know? So maybe just
the big times will come later on. You'll get there.
Oh, I hope
with your talent.
thank you.
I predict you will be.
Yeah, I was gonna say you keep writing beautiful songs like that and singing them with the the emotion and the feeling that you sing them with. I think you're well on your way. So
Thank you so much.
and it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt when you got kind of that built-in audience. If you get a little more Star Wars help, and those people seem to be obsessive, if you know what I mean. So
yes, it's true.
I've witnessed it here tonight with you two.
Yeah. Well, and so we're in Wisconsin and in Green Bay. Same thing. We two people that fell in love, and their obsessions were Star Wars, and they both love Philly's cheesesteaks. So they quit their job and they opened a restaurant called Cheesesteak Rebellion in Green Bay, and it's decked out in Star Wars stuff. They make their own cheese whiz, and it's amazing Philly cheesesteak. And then they always have drinks each month named after Star Wars characters. It's really me and my daughters love going there. It's a fun place to go visit. So if you're ever in Green Bay, Wisconsin,
all right, that sounds amazing.
Look it up.
Now, how did you guys? I don't know much about y'all's podcast. How did this start?
We've
Turning the tables on
been
you.
we've been best of friends for like 20, 25 years. And we've spent a lot of time in vehicles. Like he said, we're big Dave Matthews fans. Mm-hmm. So we've been all across the country in vehicles and stuff. And we always talking shit and thinking we're funny. And then the pandemic hit, and we had already talked about doing a podcast, and the pandemic hit. And we're like, if we're going to start it, we might as well start it. And then it still took like 9 months, but we finally got it going. Now we're 4 years in and about to hit episode 250. So, and we never thought we were going to do interviews either. We thought
it was just going to be us.
Yeah, we thought we were funny and we were going to be able to keep people interested in just our stories. And we got like 13 episodes in and went, oh shit, we're out of stories. So now we just got lucky and stumbled upon guests, and we've been going ever since. A lot of pop culture stuff. We talked to a lot of musicians, comedians, actors.
I was going to ask you, like,
thing.
who do you talk to? And okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah. A lot of people in Texas, actually, and we're talking about spending a week down in Texas, maybe in 2026, and splitting time between like Dallas and Austin, because we talked to so many people from down there.
All right. Well, hey, Dallas is close to me if you ever want to visit.
Yeah. we would be looking for a Kayley Ryan live show for sure.
Absolutely.
Right. That's the goal, is to go down and just to see all these people live.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's awesome.
Well, thank y'all for what you're doing, because you're putting more artists in the spotlight, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's hard to get noticed these days, isn't it?
Right.
And when you're doing, even when you're doing really great things, it's still hard to get noticed. So any way we can help, we're thrilled to help. And your music is wonderful. It's good
so
for the
much.
soul. So
Yay!
And that's the criteria. If we enjoy it, then we want to talk to you.
absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
And I knew when I watched you on a few podcasts that we had made the right choice, because you're so happy and so you have such beautiful energy that I was like, this is going to be so much fun talking to you.
Oh,
So we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
thank you. I've really enjoyed this so much.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
good. It was our pleasure. Why don't you tell everybody again, where's the best place to find you?
Yes, absolutely. So I am at Kayley Ryan Melodies is my handle on all my social media. It's
Make it easy.
KAYLEYRYAN Melodies. So that's me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. On TikTok, I now have over 1,000 followers, so that's awesome. So if y'all want to keep getting those numbers up, you can. I have fewer followers on some of the other platforms, but those are growing as well. And I have a couple of links on my TikTok to my music platforms, to YouTube and Spotify. If you want to get all the links to my music platforms, Instagram might be the easiest spot. That's also where you can find that music video. And then if you don't have any social media and you're like, I hate social media, go to YouTube, because I'm there as well. And all my links to my music platforms are in my YouTube bio. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Amazon Music, everything.
That's
if you
awesome.
want to
I was listening.
support me directly, you can also purchase on iTunes. That'd be cool too.
Nice.
There you go.
Is there merch yet? Because this guy loves merch.
No, I don't
I
have
do, I
any
do.
merch yet. I would love to get some of that going. That would be amazing. I think a cool song to do merch for would be the Star Wars song. I'd have to
for
get
sure.
my brother involved in that. My brother is a graphic designer, and he does all my album artwork. I pay him too. He doesn't just do it for free, but I definitely get the sister discount.
Yeah, still, that's awesome.
So he did a hand-drawn Japor snippet for my Star Wars song poster, set against a starry space background and font that is as close to Star Wars as he could get without copyright infringement, saying the name of the song and my name. So it's you look at the poster and you see Star Wars. What's really special about the artwork is it's a broken Japor snippet. Sorry, I'm just like saying this name and y'all are like, what is that? So that's the token that Anakin gave to Padme in The Phantom Menace.
Duh. We all know that.
Okay, y'all did know that. Some people listening might not know it. I mean, it's such a random term.
He has no idea about
Kayley,
anything.
I had no idea.
I didn't know what to call it until I was looking it up for the album artwork, actually. I just always called it like a token or a necklace. But yeah, Japor snippet. But it's a token that Anakin gives for her to remember him in The Phantom Menace. And then later on in the story, you see it every once in a while. Like in Revenge of the Sith, there's a moment where she's wearing this blue dress and she's wearing this Japor snippet necklace. And he picks it up and he says, I remember when I gave this to you. And so there's little moments like that. And on her deathbed, she's actually holding it in her hand. So we had the idea, my brother and I, because he's also a Star Wars fan, to break the Japor snippet in half to signify that this heartbreak of theirs.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
I've seen it. It is very nice. He did a great job. You both
really
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Like I said, we really appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank
we love
you
these
so
conversations.
much.
So, and when, if you ever want to come back and promote again, you just let us know. We'd be happy to do this again. You are a wonderful podcast guest. So,
thank you so much. I would absolutely love to do that. Yes, for sure.
Awesome.
There you go. Open invitation.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Night.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously though, get your asses out of here.